Every morning I like to get up and spend time with God. So I also want to know God's word. So I like to read the Bible. So every morning I read a little bit of the Old Testament and a little bit of the New Testament. Not even a whole chapter, just a little story, a little section, so that I can really understand it, because this isn't a race. I really want to absorb it and understand it. So I want to share this really cool story with you. I'm reading in Genesis 22, and it is the story of God testing Abraham. Let's not forget that God already has a history with Abraham. They have a close relationship and walk together. God has already told Abraham that Isaac is the promised child and would have descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. We learned that in chapter 21. So if Isaac were dead, there would be no chance of him having descendants at all, would there? Verse 2. Take your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering. The next word is the most exciting word in the whole text. It is early. Early in the morning, Abraham did not delay. He didn't doubt. He didn't talk himself out of it or kick rocks. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and saddled up his donkey, and the two of them headed up the mountain. Verse 6 tells us that Isaac is the one who carried the wood for the burnt offering. Verse 8, Isaac questions, "Where is the burnt offering, Father?" Of which Abraham replies, "God will provide." So they get to the top of the mountain. Abraham ties up Isaac and puts him on the altar. Mind you, Isaac was not a little boy at this time. He could have easily fought his father, who was around 125 years old, but he didn't. I find that interesting. Verse 10 says that he, Abraham, took the knife ready to slay his son, but he heard an angel of the Lord say, "Do not lay a hand on him," in verse 12. What thoughts do you think were going through Abraham's mind at that time? He must have been extremely confident that God was going to show up. Verse 13 says, Abraham looked up, and there he saw a ram caught by its horns, and he offered the ram as a burnt offering. Do you know what that place is called? It says so in verse 14. The Lord will provide. In my experience in life, God always provides. Always. What is God asking you to slay in your life right now? Could it be money? Maybe He wants you to slay some time to reach out to someone that needs some love. Possibly He's asking you to lay down a relationship that is not good, or to slay a lie that you're clinging to. I don't know a lot of things about God still after decades of learning about Him. But one thing I do know for sure is God is always provides. Always. I have been living that provision all of my life, and I would bank my life on Him providing for me until I take my last breath, and then on into eternity. How about you?